In last class, we have discussed some examples regarding operations performed on fuzzy. Okay, so in continuation with that, what are the different characteristics of fuzzy sets? Operations, already we have learned these operations and properties. What are the properties of fuzzy sets, fuzzy rules, and some examples? Okay, today we will be discussing characteristics of fuzzy sets. Basically, classical set theory or your crisp theory was developed in the 19th century by George Cantor, who describes crisp sets can interact. So these interactions are known as operations. All fuzzy sets. See here, we have learned the variation between crisp set and your fuzzy set. Okay, crisp set is totally based on zeros and ones, either yes or no, true or false. Okay, but fuzzy is not like that. We can define different natures, different fuzzy sets. Okay, they have well defined properties. So in the fuzzy set, we usually handle uncertainty and also knowledge regarding particular problem. Okay, so the best one of the important function in the fuzzy set is your membership function. Okay, the fuzzy set is usually denoted by A is your fuzzy set, usually denoted by summation of all the membership functions along with the variable. Okay, so here mu A of xi is indicating your membership function. Mu A of xi by whole divided by xi is grade of membership element. Okay, so your you are having n number of variables x1, x2, xn, so that all these n number of variables are belonging to one particular set. So you are defining the membership function. Okay, how to define standard membership functions available in the fuzzy set theory are triangular membership function. Okay, so here the grades membership grades in the sense this part is indicating your membership grade. Okay, mu a of xi is your membership. Okay, divided by xi, that particular variable is a singleton, is a pair grade of membership. Okay, each membership grade. So basic membership functions which are usually used in the fuzzy logic operations are triangular membership function, trapezoidal membership function, Gaussian membership function, and generalized Bell membership function. Okay, so all the membership functions are scaled to 100. On your x-axis, they are scaled to 100. On y-axis, they are scaled from 0 to 1 only. Okay, either they are varying or remaining fixed from 0 to 1, or some sort of values in between 0 and 1. Okay, so what is the need of this membership function is your human thinking. Okay, human thinking usually will have numerical variables, numerical values, as well as linguistic variables. Linguistic variables in the sense, suppose for example, if you are chatting with a stranger over the phone, okay, some of you may be recognizing the age of that person with the voice. Some of you may not be able to identify the age. Okay, similarly, you may be estimating his nature over the conversation. Okay, you may be estimating the age of the person, whether he is middle aged or young age or old age. Okay, like that, there are different sort of variables which are your linguistic variables. These linguistic variables are characterized by linguistic values. Okay, these linguistic values are described by your fuzzy membership functions. Always we need to describe the fuzzy membership function with linguistic values. The linguistic values are characterized by using the linguistic variables. Okay, so suppose if you are considering a group of people attending one workshop, okay, you want to classify the people based on their age group. You want to classify the people based on the age group. Okay, so you can classify based on the age group into young age, middle age, old age. So definitely there will be linguistic values for each age group. Linguistic values for each age group, and your linguistic variables are young, middle age and old age. So on x-axis you are considering, you can visualize this graph. I think, I hope you are able to see the screen. X is age, so your membership grades, young age in the range of 20 to 30 or 15 to 25, young age. Okay, so you are dividing that value with the numerical, so that you get decimal values between 1 and 0.2. So young age, if you are considering in the range of 15 to 25, okay, suppose if you are selecting one person with an age of 25, so 25 divided by 25, here you can observe if the age is between 0 and 21. Okay, so for irrespective of their age value, you are having one numerical for young up to 20. So from 20 to 45, the young age group is decreasing because you are considering the middle age group. Middle age group from 30 to 60. Okay, above 60 you are considering old age. So this graphical inclusion or your membership function for linguistic values of young, middle age and old age is indicating what sort of fuzzy operations you can perform. Hope it is clear for everyone. Okay, so based on the age, you are classifying your people into young, middle age and old age. So for each linguistic variable, you have linguistic values. The linguistic values are always in the range of 0 to 1 only. Okay. Suppose only primary linguistic values you want to represent. Okay. So basic thing, just classification of people based on their age group. So first graph is indicating, so from age group of 0 to 25, young age. Okay. 0 to 25. Again from 25 to 60, middle age. Okay. And last, old age. Similarly, if you are considering different compositions of linguistic values, young but not too young, not young and not old, more or less old, extremely old. So many number of composite linguistic values, okay, different categories where we are able to identify complex or composite membership functions. Clear? Did you understand the difference between these two graphs? Primary linguistic values and composite linguistic values. In primary linguistic values, we are defining young, old, middle age. Okay. Whereas in composite linguistic values, we are going for identifying or classifying your group of people young but not too young. Not too young in the sense below the age of 10. Okay. Not young and not old. Neither young nor old. Like that. So definitely they will be coming in the group of middle age. Okay. When you are going for composite, multiple number of linguistic variables. So you need to define your membership function based on your linguistic values. Okay, that is, your membership function plays important role in the fuzzy set. Okay, for performing certain operations, we have learned in our last class some operations on fuzzy set. The membership function plays very important role. Okay, grade of membership element, which is belonging to finite universe of disclosure. So some of the basic operations, I am repeating this for your easy and convenient understanding purpose. So some of the operations on fuzzy sets, complement. Okay, so if a set has some values, okay, complement is indicating remaining all the values, that is 1 minus a is indicating a complement. Containment, one more comes into picture here, containment. A is one set, B is another fuzzy set. Okay, we shall discuss in detail about this containment. Intersection, already we have learned this intersection. And union, how we are evaluating union for a two fuzzy sets. Anyone to answer? In last class I have given you examples also, union and intersection. Yes, please respond. You can type in your chat box how you are evaluating intersection and union of two fuzzy sets. Yes, please respond. Please respond. 280, 19 series 281. Are you available? Please, can you give me the answer? how we are evaluating intersection of two fuzzy sets. Already I have discussed in last class. Yes, 203, 18 series 203. Can you tell me the answer? Intersection of two fuzzy sets. Yes, please mute yourself. 203. Can you hear my voice? Yes. Please respond. Is my voice audible? Okay, we'll go through the rules once again. Sorry, not rules, operations. Okay, operations of fuzzy sets. So in crisp sets, which does not belong to the set. In fuzzy sets, how much do elements not belong to the set? Observe the difference. Okay, though the basic operation we are considering is 1 minus the remaining all the components pertaining to your membership function. In the complement of a set is an opposite of this set. Here you need to consider how much do elements not belong to the set. There is difference between these two things. Which does not belong to the set? How much do elements not belong to the set? Okay. So here, for example, if we have the set of tall men, its complement is set of not or not tall men. Okay, when we remove the tall man set, so its complement will be the remaining set of not tall men. Okay, using if A is fuzzy set, its complement can be written like this. Using this equation, you can write your complement. This is indicating the complement of your fuzzy set, membership complement. Okay, next, containment. Containment. So in the crispy set, which set belongs to which other sets? Almost same thing. Which set belong to other sets? So similar to a Chinese box, a set can contain other sets. The smaller set is called subset. Okay. Same example. The set of tall men contains all tall men. Very tall man is subset of tall man. However, tall man set is just a subset of set of man. See, you observe. In crispy set, all the elements of subset entirely belongs to larger set. But in fuzzy set, however, in each element belong less to the subset than to the larger set. Elements of fuzzy subset have smaller membership in it than its larger set. So in crispy set, we consider all the elements of subset belong to larger sets. But in fuzzy sets, it is not like that. The subsets have smaller membership function when compared to the larger set. Okay, you may be classifying very tall man medium tall man, like that. Medium tall, very tall, just tall. Okay. Linguistic variables. So intersection. In the intersection, we are considering minimum of both the membership functions. Okay, in the classical set theory, the intersection between two sets contains elements shared by these sets, common elements. Okay, so the intersection set of tall man, set of fat man in one particular area where these sets overlap. Those only one particular group of people will be both tall and fat. Okay, so in fuzzy sets, an element may partly belong to both the sets with different membership functions. So here fuzzy intersection is the lower membership in both sets of each element. The fuzzy intersection of two fuzzy sets A and B on the universe of disclosure X. Okay, so where X belongs to X, universe of discourse X is nothing but all the elements X, small x belongs to capital X. That indicates all the elements of small x belong to capital X. Okay, minimum. Here in the intersection we consider minimum values of both. Whereas in union, okay, in the union, which element in the crispy set, which element belongs to either set? Fuzzy set. How much of elements is in either set? Okay, the union of two crisp sets consists of every element that falls into either set. So when you are considering set of tall man, set of fat man, okay. So union considers who all are tall as well as fat. Okay. So union in fuzzy set, union is the reverse of intersection. That is, union is the largest membership value of element in either set. The fuzzy operation for forming the union of two fuzzy sets is given as maximum of mu of A union B of X is maximum of mu A of X, mu B of X. Okay. For union, we consider maximum. For intersection, we consider minimum. So, graphically, they are shown. The operations of fuzzy sets are shown as follows. Okay, complement. A is this original membership function, not A. Reverse, remaining all. Okay, complement, containment. So, union and intersection. Okay. So next, coming to properties of fuzzy sets. Coming to properties of fuzzy sets. Equality of two fuzzy sets. Inclusion of one set into another fuzzy set. Cardinality of fuzzy set. Empty set. Alpha cuts. Okay, these are some of the properties of fuzzy sets. So equality. So when two fuzzy sets are said to be equal if and only if all the membership values of or all the elements of A fuzzy set and B fuzzy set are same. Okay. So then only you can define this property, equality property in fuzzy set. You can see this example. A is 0.3 by x1 is 1, x2 is 2, x3 is 3. So almost all the elements are same. So it is equality in fuzzy set. So in crisp set, The cardinality is number of elements in your set. Okay, suppose the non-fuzzy set Z is considered. The number of elements in Z, if you are considering to be 5. So cardinality of this non-fuzzy set Z is 5. But it is not the case in fuzzy set A. It is called sigma count. In the fuzzy set A, the cardinality is called sigma count, which is expressed as sum of all the values of membership function of A. Okay, suppose here in short you are indicating with the CARD suffix A. So sum of all the membership values of that particular fuzzy set A will give you your cardinality. So consider 1, 2, 3 sets A and B. Okay, previous example only. So cardinality of A is sum of only membership function. See, this term indicates grade of membership function. So numerator term is only your membership function. 0.3 plus 0.5, 0.8 plus 1, 1.8. So B, cardinality of B, 0.5 plus 0.55 plus 1, 2.05. Okay, hope you understood. Empty fuzzy set. So if your membership value is 0 for every x belongs to x, then A is known as empty fuzzy set. Here you can see the example also. Next, alpha cut. So for representing your fuzzy sets, we usually use the alpha cut or alpha level set. Okay, which is indicated with a suffix alpha. So a suffix alpha is curve brackets. Mu a membership function is greater than or equal to alpha for every x belongs to capital X. So here, considering an example, we have set a fuzzy set A. Okay, so A suffix 0.5. You are indicating A suffix 0.5. So 0.5 value is there for 2 and 3 memberships only. Okay, so fuzzy set which has membership function greater than or equal to 0.5. It should be all the elements. So A 0.1 means we'll be getting 1, 2, 3 because 1 value has 0.3, 2 value has 0.5 and 3 value has 1. Okay, clear? A 0.5. Okay, your membership function should be greater than or equal to 0.5. So here only second and third values are having, second and third membership function values are having equal to 0.5, greater than 0.5. So A alpha cut or alpha level set is 2, 3. But when you are observing the next one, A.1, A.1, all the 3 membership values are coming. Why? Because all the values are greater than 0.1. Okay. Third one, A1, only 1 value is there. The last membership function has greater than, sorry, equal to 1. Hope it is clear for everyone. Okay. So while performing product operations, we will be using this alpha cut. Okay. Next property is normality. Okay, a fuzzy subset of X, a fuzzy subset of X is called normal if there exists at least there exists at least one element such that the membership value is equal to 1, which is not, it should be having at least one element to be, membership function of at least one element to be 1. Then only you call that fuzzy subset as normal. If none of the elements are 1, then it is called subnormal, not abnormal. It is subnormal. Whereas in crisp set, all crisp subset except null set are normal. So in fuzzy set theory, the concept of nullness generalizes to subnormality. Okay. Suppose the height of fuzzy subset A is large membership grade of an element A. Okay. So you are representing this height of A is equal to maximum of mu A of X. That will work out in an example. You can understand clearly. Fuzzy set core and support. Two more additional properties in the fuzzy set. Okay. Assume A is fuzzy subset of X. The support of A is the crisp subset of X consisting of all the elements with membership grade. Whatever elements are having membership grade, all the elements comes under this support. Okay, where the membership function value should be greater than 0. If it is equal to 0, your set will be null set. Okay, next, core of A is the crisp subset of X consisting all the elements with member grade equal to 1. Core. Okay, so this will work out in example, then you can understand in clear. Some fuzzy math operations. So if you are considering one fuzzy set, you want to perform A into capital A. Capital A is your original fuzzy set. So you are going with the multiplication of A into membership function. So small a is 0.5. Capital A set. So you have 4 membership functions. A, B, C, D. Mu A, mu B, mu C, mu D. So multiplying each membership function with 0.5. 0.5 into 0.5, 0.25. 0.3 into 0.5, 0.15. Okay. So to the power A to the power. Here you are multiplying. Here you are taking in the power. Okay. 0.5 square, 0.3 square, 0.2 square, 1 square. Some basic mathematical operations. So for example, you can see, you can note down this example and work out. Please, all of you, note down this example and work out. Consider two fuzzy subsets for the set X. X is A, B, C, D, E. Referred to as A subset and B subset. Okay, please note down and work out. So here, support means your membership function should have a value greater than 0. Okay, so support A, if you are observing, the last value E value is 0, so it will not come under your support. Okay, support B, all the values are finite, so all the elements A, B, C, D, E will be coming in picture. Core For defining core of a fuzzy set, it should be equal to, the membership function should be equal to 1. So in A, you have pertaining to A, the membership function 1. Okay, so core of A is A only. Next, in B, none of them is 1. None of the membership function is 1. So core of B is equal to 0. Next, cardinality. Cardinality of A, 1 plus 0.3 plus 0.2 plus 0.8 plus 0. You get 2.3. Cardinality of B, sum of membership function will give you your cardinality. 0.6 plus 0.9 plus 0.1 plus 0.3 plus 0.2 is equal to 2.1. Okay, in your examination, you may be asked to find the support core cardinality of the given fuzzy sets. Okay. Next, complement. Complement, union and intersection. For the same example, A, B, C. Please note down this A, B, C fuzzy subset, two fuzzy subsets A, B, C, A, B. Okay, two fuzzy sets, two fuzzy subsets A and B. So perform all the operations. Next, we are asked to perform complement. Complement of A. Okay, so 1 minus membership function. 1 minus 1, 0, first one. 1 minus 0.3. 1 minus 0.2. 1 minus 0.8. 1 minus 0. So A complement. You can write down B complement also. Okay, you can write down B complement also. Please write down B complement also, all of you. A union B, B union, sorry, A intersection B. Perform all the three operations and check your answers. Are you able to understand how to perform these operations? Simple basic things you should practice, then only you can understand. Okay, please work out A union B. In A union B, you are going for maximum of either membership functions. Okay, in the intersection case, you are going minimum of. Let me show you again. In the intersection, minimum of. In the union, maximum of. Okay. So for this example, next, A into A multiplied by A power A. Similarly, alpha cut, A.2. Your A value is 1.3, 0.2, 0.80. So A.2 means alpha cut of A.2 means you'll get A, B, C as well as D also, excluding E. Okay. Hope it is clear for everyone. Please note down the example and practice in your book. So rules, fuzzy rules, we will be learning in our next class. You can go through this exercise, workout. If you have any clarifications regarding this calculations, you can message me. Personally, I will reply. Okay. So, will you please note down these two fuzzy subsets and perform support for cardinality, intersection, union, complement, multiplication, power, and alpha cut. Okay. If then rules. We will be discussing if then rules in our tomorrow's class at 9 o'clock. Please attend sharply. Okay. Today the strength is 88, better than yesterday. Hope this strength will continue to increase in tomorrow's class. Okay, if you have any queries, please type in your chat box. Let me wait 2 more minutes. No response from students' side. Please respond. Did you understand or not? I should be able to know whether you have understood or not. Yes, please respond.